Hello everybody, how the fuck is it going? Today we're going to be doing some more of the usual, you know, more when they cry shenanigans, and yeah, hopefully we're going to see some progression in, you know, the whole problem that's currently arisen. I mean, I don't even know how we're going to solve it. It is going to be very interesting to see what like the be all and end it all for the actual problem is and how it's actually solved. Oh my god, welcome bro, what do I help with? What should I help with? I would say how's it going, but if you I thought if you needed really urgent help something bad could have happened. You have allergies? What to? Oh god, is it really bad hay fever or something like that? Oh yeah. How's the weather doing for you? Because I know over here it's really starting to cook. It's really starting to boil. Yeah, there we are. Okay, let's begin. Oh, God. Wasn't expecting that. Wow, I don't know. Okay, why don't we all have lunch? Bruh. It's funny how we were just reading this. The first thing we read about is lunch. I've had my dinner. I'm so full now, bro. I ate so much. Oh god, cold weather. I mean, how cold roughly is it? Is it like freakishly cold or is it like actually right? Why don't we have a large meat? It's been a while since it's all the five of us. This really shows it how it has to be. Bro, for real. Here, come you two, get up. Bring your desk over. Satoko brought her own desk over as well, bringing Woodley. Even though nothing had been resolved, this exchange was pleasant and made me remember how fun it used to be. I can't think I'm making a bento for me forever. I don't mind. How about making a bento? Having such a good friend must be so reassuring. For real. I put the big stick in mine. And the what is Satoko's? So it was just Satoko, it would be so... So if it was just Satoko, it would be so sad. So very sad. Nippon. Oh, so... Wait, so... God, wait, so how cold was it before compared to now? Was it... Oh god, I'm so... How hot was it compared to before? If you're thinking 23 degrees Celsius is really... God, that must have been so hot if even 23 degrees Celsius is cold. God, that's awful. I take it back. Well, she did cut down after all. Hey, come on, look, I've got omelette rice today. Mushrooms and stuff are delicious. Delicious. I say it every time we have relationships. Splendid, you can become a wife whenever and not have a problem. Oh my god. I mean, to be fair, these were the 1980s, so I don't know, was it just like the role of the wife was just to cook only? I wonder. Eating. Oh no, I so wish that dash wasn't there. That would have been so funny. Eating a wife? No way. Oh my god. Bro, and of course she's like, you know, in sort of weird mode now. She gets in like the whole blushing mode when talking about eating wives. What the fuck? I didn't even know. Oh my god. 2 burgers. Bro, how big were the burgers? I don't even know. I'm gonna be real, I don't think it ever says that she's lesbian, but maybe, could be. Even the world wife is totally bigger than me. Oh, I don't know. Please don't say it. Again, I think about what I've done a little. By the way, what's in your lunch meal? It looks different again today. We're waiting in anticipation. There's a rich assortment of side dishes suggested from what my uncle brought last night. Oh my god. Wow. God, that sounds like something to be jealous over. You see, it's really great. Oh, the colour of the radish is too really good, right? What is it, like really vibrant pink? Wow, it's delicious. It's 2 days best when it's left over now. This looks like it would be really good. Let me know left for Satoko. Wow, radish stew, that sounds wild. I really want to tell you what I think, so we'll just be quiet and watch. What was that? How do we want person to? Elbow punch, headbutt. Oh, he's made these two. Oh, yeah. Oh my god. Dude, this dude is going all on all fours to Blemon. To get this, holy shit, what a tryhard. At a close range like this, my advantage is unwavering. Guess on the daikon in your Boston tastes really good. Oh my god, how? Damn it, coming with me rather than starting using a combo attack. How humiliating. This is literally case. How long had it been? It looked like they ended up going with the wait and see approach, but maybe her uncle would realise he'd gone a little too far and would dial it back now. Bro, for real, I hope so. If her treatment had improved a little, would that be a good thing? Satoko was grinning wider than I ever seen as she jumped down on her mother of the daikon. She just blundered for me. Did it really taste that good? Satoko was somewhat, and I just done. And just as I'd done many times, I grabbed her head and started petting it. Eek. Was that a wrong thing to do? Catch, smack, flip flop, clatter, clatter. Huh? Satoko-chan? It was so sudden that for a moment I didn't know what would happen. The back of my hand was steaming. Fucking hell. I went to pet Satoko's head and then she hit my hand. What's wrong with Satoko? Satoko was scratching her head as though a pimple or something had appeared on it and become itchy. It was so sudden and so unprovoked that I didn't understand what had happened. What's wrong, Satoko? Oh yeah, well, I forgot to ask. How did the burger actually taste? Because, oh my god, a good burger. Sometimes I find like pub burgers, I think the best burgers you're going to get around here are like pub burgers because we don't really have many burger places. So yeah, pub burgers are so good, man. Some of the best burgers I've ever had, like pork and apple burgers especially. Oh, that's good to hear, yeah. So at some point her body had been covered in a thin layer of sweat and her breathing had turned ragged. When I pet her head, did she not like it? Or was that what it meant? Yeah, did you just like being pet? Once again, slowly I hold out the palm of my hand, but brought it so close to Satoko. No! Oh, that's a mistake. Oh, right. No, we do have Five Guys in the UK, but I don't know, it's probably not as good quality as it is, like, you know, in its country of origin, which is America, I think. I don't even know, I just assume it is because of how much I've heard, really. But yeah, I've never actually been there because my parents, they're really against fast food. It's so hard to get them to sort of get people to go there, you know. These are the palm of my hand touched her head. There was a shock like static electricity and Satoko began to howl. Damn. Oh, damn. Thud. Slam. She grabbed my arm in both hands as if flinging off a snake trying to cling to her as if to throw something. She threw it violently. Damn, it happened too suddenly for me to react. Fuck, I hit the desk behind me and both it and I fell to the floor. Shit. The classroom fell deathly silent as Satoko bellowed. It sounded like she was in the throes of death and she unsteadily backed away. I mean, to be fair, you could somehow... I don't know if it would be really smart. I don't know if it would be really that easy, but you'd have to be very, very smart about it. You'd have to ruin your entire life for it as well. But, like, you could, in theory, become, like, a servant or butler to the royal family if you were really professional in that sort of... If you sort of became really professional in that sort of field of jobs. But it would be very unlikely, and if you did, then, yeah. But, like, if you did, then I suppose you could sort of become over control. Oh. Is he through? Fuck. She went to all back up. Yeah. Sound was on the floor first. Ran through the classroom. You seem sick. Such a strange feeling. I fell onto the floor again. I put both hands on my head, or so protected it. I started protecting it quite. Someone took a few steps back, and then she began swinging with both hands around. As soon as the nearby seats were forced to evacuate, she grabbed anything with reach, bent towards his chairs, and threw them, tossing them, flying about. Oh fuck. Nah, I don't think that's fair. To be fair, she's got a lot of trauma from her older brother, so I don't think it's. I think it's justified, like, easily. Wait, stop it. What's wrong with you? Strange eyes, no one's words caused her physical pain. No one spoke a word to her. All the students were withdrawing behind us, leaving Satoko alone in the corner of the classroom. Around her, the desks and chairs were loaded with the floor, bundles scattered. It was terrible. All I could hear was Satoko's rapid breaths and the voices of the cicadas. Poor fucking person. The strings of tension just maybe she suddenly grew scared of her own actions because she started trembling and gave a word of apology, but nobody knew just who that apology was directed towards. So for now I decided to answer as everyone else is represented. No, it's fine. Are you alright? I'm sorry. Our words didn't match each other at all. She ran into the locker with cleaning supplies in it. But that made him feel a little beyond. The impact caused the bucket at the top of the locker to fall, making a loud sound. She almost jumped out of her skin, grabbing a bunch of curtain in her hands. Nobody spoke to her, they could only look, not even remembering to blink. What on earth? I stood up and took a step away from everyone and braced up. What happened? I said, I don't know. You're wrong now. Please forgive me. Satoko, do you know who I am? Suddenly my shoulders were grabbing and I was dragged backwards. It was then sorry, Keisuke. You get a little farther back. After pulling me back, she ran towards Satoko in my place. There's nothing to be scared of. Please don't worry. Oh yeah. Shit. God, I feel so bad for her. Because she continued to worry about being forgiven for something, to be safe for something. What is this? Gnashed her teeth and groaned, and no idea is falling from her. When we're supposed to go back to there was a crazy sound. Then I had taken the cleaning supply locker and kicked it down to the ground. Everybody stood surprised at it, and I expected act of brutality. What's that gonna do? And after that, I don't know, I embraced the cooling Satoko from behind and started crying with her. Lena, what's wrong? Sorry, Keiichi, be quiet. What did you? What the fuck? I'm so confused on what's happening. and then I was raw, hostile, imagine hit me like a brick. It was no more than a momentarily half emotion fed along, but it was more than that for me. She had shown me what behind all that emotion was in her heart.
Satoko-chan.
Forgive us, we couldn't do anything.
何もできなかった私たちを。
Bro, poor fucking person. God, this is really what, like, shit can do. Well, I gotta read on.
ごめんね、ごめん。
Because being unable to do anything. And then that's why it made me feel as though the blood vessels in the back of my head were suddenly all turning to ash. Oh god. Oh, it's the saddest thing. She's really right. My vision grew distant, blurred with grey, and the world lost its colour. I thought we could save the world, but I thought I knew it'd be sooner. I knew it'd be the sooner the better. But I thought I knew it'd be the sooner the better. I thought there was no time limit for doing that. I never even dreamed that it could be too late. I've been making a huge mistake. I thought Satoko could be her, but I never that she'd break. It was such a huge mistake. People do break. Thinking that they don't is absolutely absurd. We need to save Satoko. We need to save her before she broke. My made all lapse in awareness. I brought this on. Whose fault was it? The one without saying mine. No. Oh no! Don't think that. You can't lie. They did the best they could have. They really did. All of this is just unfortunate because I think the reason what happened is like what Katie did just there, like reminded her for older brother as a result. You know, felt very disturbed by it because of how much it would have normally helped her in a situation like this. Mine was Will took on the duty of saving Satoko, but Will went negligent to the point of laziness. In that sense, that was the inevitable result. Even if this didn't happen today, and it happened tomorrow or the day after, next week wouldn't have just sat around and done nothing until that day. Oh, if this was the US? Oh god, is this what actually happens in the US? So this was the obvious result. I slumped down to my knees. Oh right. It's just me on and little gotcha on and I do close my eyes tight and couldn't tell myself. What the hell is all this noise about? Wait, what's happened? The teacher came and her face screwed up. All the spectacle before her. The as she realised the teacher was here, Satoko went through another complete change. She wiped her face with the curtains and felt like nothing happened and smiled. What is going on? Oh no, I just got into a little bit of went a little bit crazy over lunches. Oh shit. These people are so two-faced. I mean, God. Right, then I didn't not reply, but then since Satoko wished it, she nodded without strength. The rest of the class couldn't give up with her extreme changes. We all just stared in a daze. It was just a little cough there, scared everyone out of her. That was not fucking fake. Satoko was really weak and sweep the whole thing under the rug for what? Her arm was torn to pieces, so what else? You wanted your knee to help, didn't you? But unfortunately, if you start to see it doesn't ever intend on coming back, it's never that easy. It won't just conveniently show up and save you, so you don't have to wait for him anymore. You can cry, beg for help, and you can. All suddenly said we. She spoke then those few words that had tormented me countless times. Those words were a spell when I heard them. My whole body suddenly regained its calm. It's calm? What? My emotions all slipped away like they'd never been there, like a wave. And then the world's colour flipped inside out. My field of view expanded, my head view. My grew remarkably cold and I felt like my mind's volume had grown even wider than the classroom we were in. God, this music is interesting. Yeah, no, I know. I agree. She probably would have, but Yeah, it's kind of good. This is an environment where, like, you know, it's all of her friends, so she can sort of get the most support possible. But oh god, if she even lies to the teacher, then yeah, I don't think she's gonna get much. At the time, as I was done, it is no longer in the small petty vessel on my head, but floating in the air a little bit above it. This music is wild. I think it's just to sort of signify the stress of Katie at the moment. There's a mysterious feeling of release. Interesting. I went through the confines of my skull and stretched out my roots in all directions as far as I wanted to. It was a strange feeling, one I never ever felt before. An odd sense of exhilaration. My sharpened senses caused me to transcend my mind was sharper than a knife edge, and I immediately decided that spending the time to let myself being crushed by grief would be an absolute waste. I erased all the garbage information from my brain. I expelled the pointless emotions, presenting obstacles to action. What? I'm so confused. Oh god, this is kind of what I get whenever whenever the depression really hits, at the moment at least. Like, I mean, before, whenever I got like really sad, I just sort of hated everything as a result, and then my thoughts deteriorated from there. But then after a while, when you realise like hating everything when you're really sad is wrong, you sort of go against it, but then you have to sort of fight yourself to go against it. I think that's what he's going through at the moment. God, there's no way he can just see his friend he cares about so much cry like that and then just have nothing happen. No, you can go all you want, because of heartlessness as much as you want. Huh? If I could have taken back what happened by crying about it, I'd cried all day. But the fact that this was how things turned out, I couldn't take back what had happened. Top priority then would be to prevent the situation from worsening further and to sever the chains of misfortune. Until today, I've been looking at things so much online I could scarcely believe it. To save Satoko, the only thing to do to save Satoko was the only thing I thought about. I didn't allow myself to realise the most basic, direct and certain way of removing the source from Satoko's unhappiness. No, actually, I realised it yesterday, but as for the means, I relied on some stupid curse from some dumb date. I never considered carrying the task out myself. I would obliterate Satoko's uncle. Yeah, kind of thought that was going to be the case. Fuck, there were plenty of ways to do it. This was a task that had infinite methods. Ironically, the method of saving Satoko required mostly money. But the method of killing that man pretty much took no money at all. I could kill him with the least amount of investment, the least amount of money suited him. It was only the weight of his life. Which, let's be real, if you're going to ruin Satoko's life that much, it's not very big, is it? I kept eliminating needless worthless information from my head, replenishing with the only knowledge I need to achieve my goal. I used every cell in my brain to think about how I killed him. The outcome didn't matter. I would allow any method from whatever time and whatever country, as long as it ended up in a quick and certain death. If I were to have an additional condition, it would be to not get caught. Oh god, how's he going to manage? I mean, he could in theory, but everybody's going to be looking at the Tatarigoroshi because, you know, it's just things that normally happen. Removing him was an act designed to return the peaceful times we had with Satoko. If I was arrested in exchange for the removal, then we might as well have killed each other. Oh. With only him gone, we go back to our normal lifestyle. My supreme objective now is on the goal. Kill him, definitely, but definitely don't leave evidence either. How are you going to do that? Two alternatives are also with one another. The condition of not leaving a trace back to me automatically narrowed the number of murder methods. Yeah, no witnesses was an absolute must. Fortunately, given the right time he knows over, there would be nobody around. Yeah. I mentally registered the land about Satoko's house. The number of pedestrians different at different times. The movement algorithm of the neighbours. Would I lure him out or charge at him? Bro, lure him out. You charging at him is like just saying, yes, here I am, local residents, people passing by. I killed this man. That would be basically what he'd equivalently be saying. Would I lure him out or can't charge him? What would my weapon be? When and where would I carry this out? Where? It needed to be somewhere I wouldn't leave a trace. when it needed to be as soon as possible for Satoko's safety without wasting even a millisecond. This is absurd, completely absurd. When I thought about it this way, it struck me how easy the act of killing was. That's the kind of scary thing. I get that it's not easy to go through the amount of pain you would actually have to be to get murdered, but it's kind of sad how easy it is to carry it out. I mean, the thing that's scary about murder is you can do it with anything. I mean, in theory, you could even kill somebody with a terrain bad enough. If you punch somebody in the right place, you could literally kill them like that. So you can literally use your body. You don't even need anything. It's kind of insane. Yeah, if I could leave evidence, I was just going to kill anyone could easily turn into a murderer. But our reason prevented that. I told us so doing would get us arrested for sure. In the end, being arrested by the police was the final thing preventing people from committing homicide. Absurd. What? Oh god. I mean, it is. I get that it is interesting to sort of see the thought process around this, because it's just really interesting seeing like how a normal person just completely turns into a killer as a motive of sort of saving somebody else. But it's just kind of sad now. If you went all the way out into the very middle of the ocean, you wouldn't leave any trace at all. Anybody would drop those they hated into the depths, and they knew that. They could actually go and like. There's no way he's gonna lure him to Higurashi though. Like, he's too paranoid about the curse. It was all too easy to simply remove him. I could leave class right now, grab a metal baseball bat or something from the schoolyard, go to his house and attack him. No, don't go to his house, you idiot. The estimated time will be around 25 minutes. God. If I wanted us to kill each other, it wouldn't even be minutes. I could do it in 1,500 seconds. God, he seems to have really calculated this. Fucking hell. I just knew how much his continued existence depended on me. He was nothing. I could expel him from this world within 1,500 seconds after making up my mind. From when I decided what to do, he only had 1,500 seconds. Actually, if I ran full speed to his house, the number would go down even further, but he was alive. He was still part of this world at this very moment, having torn Satoko's body and mind to shreds. Why? Because I was letting him live. I was permitting him to register that he was still alive. If I rescinded that permission, he would be evacuating this mortal coil within 1,500 seconds. You think I let you live to breathe even 1,500 seconds more fair? God. I'm taking that permission back right here, right now. Oh god. You better thank me for letting me live until today. However, I actually need more than 1,000. Yeah, I think you do. I'm just gonna end you. Getting back of old lives is far more important. It's only you are clearly climbing up this world that won't find a culprit. I'll forget that I've dirty my hands like on the likes of you as naturally as I brush my teeth before bed. My god. What have you done today, Katie? I've just killed somebody. No big deal. That's gonna be him. I'm supposed to do that. I'll make a special exception to you and give you more than 1,500 seconds. I'll give you special permission to keep on living so as you have until I can construct the perfect plan for your murder. Wait, Katie, you can't let that time go to waste. Yeah, I know. I'll remove him with certainty. I won't even waste much time to perfect that plan. Think back, tomorrow's Tatarigoroshi, isn't it? Last night on the night of the Tatarigoroshi, her aunt died. Her head was busted open by some deviant and a prank. Ugh. God. Why is it like all of the Tatarigoroshi killing methods are the worst? Like, seriously. They're genuinely the worst. The most barbaric shit ever. That's it, he's someone who deserves to be given death on the night of the Tatarigoroshi. Hey, I should have someone you call yourself a guardian, but you didn't protect Satoko. Cousin Satoko's family for the damn stuff is your own business, but now you've made Satoko unhappy where she didn't have anything to do with it. I am my Higurashi, hereby denounce you, the guardian lady, and he now is a failure. Yeah. I don't blame him. We don't need you. Go back to the deepest dark part of your shrine this year. Besides, if you have just cursed and killed both her aunt and her uncle last year, none of this would have ever happened. That's actually very true, that. Because this year it's not on you. I'll be the one deciding. It won't be the three families controlling the serial deaths behind the scenes. No. It doesn't make people who I can't tell if they're buffoons or not. This time I'll be the one to deliver the divine judgment. Just don't get in my way, just watch. God, it is really genius what he's actually kind of doing though. I mean, he's sort of, you know, making the most of an opportunity. Because this is the only, in theory, this is the only time he has not to get caught. Stay quiet and watch. I'll obliterate him. I'll wipe him off the face of the earth. I'll stomp out his very existence. Go away, disappear. Die. I'll tell you. Oh god. I'll tell you about just like you did to Satoko. I hope he doesn't mean literally. Okay, there's one thing getting blood on your hands, but there's another thing like getting blood on your hands at the sort of most horrible costs, really. I'll be blood as payment. Whoa, oh god. Something gives me a feeling he said that out loud. Keiichi-kun, are you alright? You don't know me on Higurashi were looking after me. Had I fallen to the floor? You surprised us, you suddenly fell down. We were having a nightmare. You were moaning. Oh, shut it. We're speaking about that. My friends gave a stark and back door. What? But then on the other side, exchanged glasses, unsure of what to say and confused for a few moments. Oh god, that's really interesting. You can just see how this is affecting him. He's sort of acting a lot more colder now. Oh god. I mean, I know it's never going to be clean like a murder. It's never going to unaffect somebody. But god. I mean, like, I can't believe he's actually sort of being this sort of obvious. I mean, if he's going to have a complete change of personality and then somebody's just going to be found murdered, then if this personality, which is sort of more cold and reckless, you know, it's going to be more likely to be him. Oh, was that your voice, Keiichi? Of course it was. And then I got firmly and over their mouth. For a second, Keiichi, your eyes were really scary. Yeah. My eyes? So were his intentions. Probably just triggered the light. Don't waste my time. I'm not mistaken. I've never seen those kind of eyes before. What? Surprising. God. What are these guys talking about? They've all been too scared of me lately. Yeah, Maebara Keiichi, right? What was they not saying? Who else do I look like? It said Maebara Keiichi. The look I gave her seemed to speak quite eloquently to those irritated thoughts. She understood and quickly apologised. Sorry, don't worry about it. Oh, I have a feeling. I don't even know. This is like one of those things. There's such a tricky moral dilemma. Such a tricky one. But I have a feeling with this, he wants the old days to be back. But if he's gonna act like the friend, if he's acting like he is at the moment to his friends, then even if like Satoko was restored, maybe he's gonna be kicked out of the friend group. You know, like being an asshole doesn't just have no knock-on effects. It really does. Hydration. Yes. Hydration. Oh, I love the taste of water. Like, let's say, I mean, if you're in my case, for example, you've brushed your teeth and then, like, you've had toothpaste in your mouth, you have the sensation of toothpaste, and then, like, 2 or 3 hours later, you sort of just drink water. Oh, it's such a good taste. Love it. Right, this is going to be very interesting. Oh god, the ringing of the bells. Oh no, now he has time to plot shit up. Oh yeah, of course he refused. None on the others having to say that for the Tatarigoroshi festival or something. Invited me along, but I refused. Of course I did. How could they be taking it easy and setting up for a festival in this situation? I think it's just so that they should be taking it easy. They shouldn't be plotting fucking murder. Everyone had a lot of nerve. The first thing I did when I got back was take a shower. Not because I wanted to wash off sweat, it was because I wanted to be even calmer. I already understood this, but killing our mum would be so very easy. The really hard thing would be not getting arrested for it so we could get our peaceful days back. As I thought about it, I realised it wasn't easy. Japan's police force may have the highest arrest rate in the world. What? Really? I wanted to deceitfully pull off the perfect crime, and it couldn't be a half-hearted attempt. Still, it wasn't 100%. Even the best police force in the world couldn't have a 100% arrest rate. I've read a lot of articles and trials of people brought up on false charges. A court, they consider whether the charges are false or not, but figuring out the real criminal is entirely out of scope, and that meant perfect crimes did exist. In fact, perfect crimes were sort of like works of art. They were respected and revered. This is so... God, you can just really see, it's actually very interesting. This dude's moral compass is just completely falling out of the window here. Here's another look at the inundation of mystery novels everywhere throughout history. Inundation. They don't fall such a difficult to solve incidents involving secret rooms and alibis and stuff, but they all wanted to show one thing. They wanted to show the beauty of a perfect crime. No, it's not beautiful, Keiichi. I'm gonna be real. He does have a point. It does take a lot of balls and thought to carry out a perfect crime, but at the same time, just no, it's not. It's not a work of art. It's the opposite. It's fucking horrible. The more perfect a crime is, the more you've thought about it, and the more horrible it is as a result. You know. Well, at least that's how I feel. There was something divine in the flawlessness of the word perfect. Yes, perfect crimes were skilled with gods, and in that sense, the serial freak deaths they were called named because of Oyashiro-sama. I understood they must have been in the works of gods, or they were the works of people disguising deaths which they had a motive for as the god. Each one appeared to have been resolved, but they couldn't stop it happening each year. Yes, because belonging only to gods, they are perfect crimes. And I will be setting up my own crime before I arrested or some series of perfect crimes 4 years in the running. No. Oh my god. So he's not waiting, he's doing it instantly. That's such a stupid idea. He should not wait. To be fair, I'm gonna be real. You know Takano-san? Well, you remember in Watanagashi where she was found burnt to death on a mountain. I know the time of death was before Watanagashi festival actually started, and like before she somehow stuck into the shrine, which makes no sense because she literally was seen alive. But that's really like the demon arc, something related to the demon and possession and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm not going to go into theories that probably just sound bullshit anyway. But like, yeah, what was I going to say again? But like, the thing is with this, if they find the time of death to be before the festival, then I get that they could pass it off as Oyashiro-sama, but like, it's so much less likely because it happened the day before. Like, it just kind of seems weird. Oyashiro-sama killing somebody on the day before the festival, not on the festival, even though they've died on the festival every year before for 5 years, 4 years even though. But like, still, if I were to put it boldly, I was challenging a god. Foolhardiness would be needed to make the decision. I needed to be calm, cooler than ice to put that plan together, kill him like a flame, but be as systematic as ice. I'm starting now. I needed to retain both of those ideas within me. Modelling my crime after a mystery novel wasn't actually a bad thing to focus on. Sometimes kidnappings involving disturbing original methods that made it into the newspaper were used as a basis for novels after the person was arrested. Interesting. Stuff like that made it into the news. Day and night for a very long time, mystery novel authors polished and refined their most fantastic artistic crimes. I suppose you could see like any detective story, they probably have really sort of in-depth way. Imitating that could be a shortcut to planning the perfect crime in a short period of time. Of course, I haven't read enough mystery novels to write all high and mighty about them. The only one who really liked mystery novels was my mum. She read every well-known mystery novel from overseas, from past and present. Jesus Christ. How? Every time she watched mystery shows, she would always criticise them as having cheap tricks or being poorly thought out. Oh my god. I wonder what the perfect crime would be to her. Oh god. Nice, I know. if you tell anybody who has watched really violent shit and you ask them what the perfect crime is, oh boy, you're gonna have a little bit of a lecture. Some of my friends at school, they watch a ton of. Oh my god. She actually got asked by him, what do I think the most well done perfect crime is in all mystery novels I've read? Yeah, when you read it, you read quite a lot of them, right? I thought you might not know quite a lot about them. It's more fun to read than to find out. If I told you all the book right off the bat, there would be no fun anymore. It wasn't like I wasn't asking for my own amusement. She was deflecting the question so I would somehow bother about first and draw and also, of course, well done mystery novels. Yeah, but you need time to them, so it's hard to say which one is the most interesting. You really have to force me to pick one. Oh, damn. I didn't want to know which novels you liked. I wanted to know about the trait that made you the most surprised. If it really was a perfect trait, then you wouldn't be able to solve the case, so that was true, then there'd be no point. Mystery novels are enjoyable because of the process of the mysteries getting solved. If it was unsolvable, then it would make a very good topic for a novel. I get it, yeah, you're right. Make character can't solve it, it would. Get much of a story, huh? Yeah. Was it being too simplistic? A mystery novel was basically a game. It's kind of funny he says that because what are we playing right now? They were written so that you could get to the goals, so you could solve them. But I couldn't use something so optimistic. It needed to be the be-all. It needed to be the be-all and end-all of tricks so that we could, without a doubt, return to our old lives. By the way, Katie, do you understand that truly perfect crimes don't even become stories? Mum looked at me intellectually and grinned impishly. I never got him to read it, but apparently one time a long time ago, Mum had written her own mystery novel and submitted it for some mystery novel award. Damn. Apparently she was really into it. Don't even become stories. What does that mean? They don't become stories because nobody knows what happened. I don't know. What are the essential parts of a story? A beginning, middle, and end. Right, the beginning, of course, especially is important. If there is no beginning, then the story never starts. Well, yeah, if nothing happens, then nothing will begin. Right. Nothing happens, so there wouldn't even be an incident. Detectives wouldn't be called, so there wouldn't be any mystery. There would be no mystery, so there would be no solution. There would be, but what about this person? Let's say, because this person's probably going to have, like, school, work, just some location where people are going to notice him missing. Huh? In other words, it would be the ultimate perfect crime. Wait a second, can you explain that again? My mum just told me something I said and she was saying it so smoothly too, so I kind of turned on and tuned her out, but she said something extremely important just now. It's not really that different to understand. The incident just has to never come to light, that's all. Just has to never come to light. God, you can just, for example, how about it says my man living deep into a forest nobody goes into. Let's say the grandmother was the old man's son. Fuck. He went to the old man's house and they were drinking together, but they got into a fight and killed him. What an extremely cheap plot. It was an impulsive plan. Without a bit of planning, it was pretty far from a perfect crime. But Casey, the house really was really deep into the forest, so deep in the mountains that nobody would ever go that far. Then someone go back into town and say that the old man was doing fine. What about that is a perfect crime? Casey, the incident would only begin when it was found out that the old man was killed. Yeah. If nobody ever visited the old man's house after that, the beginning would never occur. The beginning would never occur. So basically the story wouldn't start. The incident wouldn't come to light. They wouldn't call in detectives. And nobody would be suspicious in the first place. There'd be no mystery. Living the old man was still living by himself deep in the forest. And the old man's face would appear in the sky and that'd be it. Something like that, you know? That's amazing. That's a pretty great trick. Oh yeah, but it wouldn't be a novel. Mystery novels are far for entertainment after all. Other entertainment after all. Oh my god. Bro. She's just gotta not ask why he's asking this. I know Gizzy is just gonna like, you know, lie. Just pretend he's just interested, you know? But like still. God. There can't be instruction manuals for perfect crimes. I was trying really hard to talk cheerfully to fool her, but inside I was excited. Special tools, strange geography, mysterious drugs. God, drugs involving huge sums of cash. None of them were needed for perfect crimes. No. Yeah, well, the thing was that there wasn't a beginning. As long as the incident didn't come to light, it would be fine. Speaking broadly, if I could kill him without anyone finding out and dispose of the corpse somewhere no one could find, it would basically already be a perfect crime. Suppose, of course, if somebody up and vanished one day all of a sudden, people would get suspicious, but that didn't apply to this man. Last year, after their aunt died, he ran away from the village in fear of Higurashi or summer. When the night of the Tatarigoroshi came around again, everyone would have to think that he ran away in fear again. I mean, he had been living with a lover of his in town. But Kishi is being so naive though, like, with that logic, then what if he runs away and then, firstly, don't have to get blood on your hands, don't have to go through all the shit he's probably going to go through, let's be real. And Satoko would literally be saved. And then she'd go back to living with Dika, and then everything would be fine. I mean, it could be a possibility, but I kind of doubt it, because he's just moved there again. I mean, he'd be living with a lover of his in town, no matter what it felt like when he vanished, nobody would be suspicious. No one would be suspicious, people hated him after all, no one would care where he went if he disappeared. When I thought about it like that, it got easier and easier to imagine killing him. There was no point in thinking inside my house anymore. I left, getting my bike out of the garage. Bye, Mum. Thank you for telling me what you were saying. Now I'm going to use what you were telling me to commit murder. Yeah, really good idea. Totally. God. It's really... I mean, it's just sad, all of this, really. Yes, for now, it didn't matter where I was going. I just rode through the wind, trying to calm my excitement by feeling the cool air on my body. Where I kill him, how I do it, what time, and how to dispose of the corpse. If I just thought about these 4 things, I could get a good plan going. I was so surprised at how little there was to decide that I shivered. I'm completely prepared to build this humongous plan over a really long period of time, but if I could just get these little things in order, I could put it into motion. Today was Saturday. I would have to kill him on the night of the Tatarigoroshi, so as long as I was standing in for Higurashi or summer, I only had 24 hours remaining until, yeah. Oh, I thought he was just going to kill him now. So why is he going out? What's he going to do? Is he just chilling? Or is he planning how he's actually going to do the murder? But if he's planning the murder, then he's obviously going to be seen planning the murder. Oh, I don't know. Satoko just hang on for 24 more hours. I can't even imagine having to suffer through even more. But please hold on for a little longer. I know you can't even allow another second, I know that. But please just hold out and you will save you for sure. Oh, don't even use that word. Oh, God. I thought it was still early enough for the cicadas to be crying. Early afternoon, evening was still a long way off. I looked at the sky at some point, it had gotten cloudy. Come to think of it, as I left the house, I heard on the TV that the weather forecast was calling for a chance of rain on Sunday. Oh, shit. The sky was the colour of lead. Don't know what colour lead is, because I've seen lead. I've seen black lead, but the sky's obviously not going to be black in day. If I had a little bit of thunder, I definitely had expected a sudden evening shower. My first destination was school. Before explaining why I was going there, I needed to explain what method for killing the man I had decided upon. I decided that the most suitable death was the one I needed to give him, was the same as last year's curse. Yeah. The same as the punishment that Ron had received, having beaten to death. Wouldn't beating him to death be somewhat unreliable? You may think that stabbing him with a blade would be more reliable. He needs something quick that he's not really going to react to. It's just going to be instant. So, driving theory would be perfect for that. This is something I had chosen after a lot of thought. Just needed to think realistically. The law prohibited carrying any blades longer than 10 centimeters, I think. Oh, so the blades available to me, even the longest ones, were still limited to things shorter than a ruler. Don't carry a blade then. You can probably understand how tricky it would be with such a short reach to go up against an opponent that might fight back. In that case, a weapon with more reach like a staff would be far more advantageous. It might not be quite as inherently lethal, but since you could just hitting the guy until you keep hitting the guy until you hold him, the end result is the same. So what's the stuff like deadly weapon, terrifying and powerful, and so eminently plausible. By this point you should immediately think of a metal baseball bat. Oh god, yeah, here we go. If he uses Satoshi's bat too, oh god, if he uses his bat, that's gonna... If Satoko ever finds him with that, then I don't even want to know what's gonna happen. Like, shit could hit the fan. I don't know how to explain it, but a terrifying metal baseball bat can be seen as a weapon. On a special note is the fact that you can carry one around in broad daylight and not be thought of as suspicious. Just those 2 points would have been enough to choose a metal bat for my weapon. But there was one more reason for choosing a metal bat in particular. I'll speak about it later. After school that Saturday, my classmates were still having fun playing in the schoolyard. I could show up there and it would be the same as always, and nobody would think I'm suspicious. Getting my hands on the weapon without looking suspicious was actually a factor I couldn't ignore. I didn't normally play baseball, so if I went to a sports store looking for a metal bat, it would definitely be suspicious. Yeah, he needs to steal it if he needs to steal it, but at the same time, he needs to do it when nobody's around. I can't let there be a beginning to the story, so I needed to be really careful, even about that. That left school at a location where my parents wouldn't be suspicious. I would acquire the weapon. I sat inside the classroom through the window, but of course there was nobody there. Wait, I'm kind of confused about something. Like, you know when Satoko's anguish happened? Like, oh, it doesn't say here, but what actually happened for the rest of that school day? I think he just went home, but it didn't really say. There's no way I can really check. Wait, I'll just look back, because I am actually kind of curious. I kind of just want to, you know, see. Because I didn't actually get that. Probably around 90 minutes. So then he sort of goes all frenzy. Yeah, so the chapter ends. Then what? Right, this should be... Oh, right. So I'm assuming the school went. I'm assuming the school day ended like after the whole Satoko stuff, and then Mion's lot, they were going, Mion and Arika, they were going to the Watanagashi festival to set up. I checked inside the classroom through the window, but of course there was nobody there. The only students who would stay in there were me and the others when doing club activities. Without us, the classroom after school was just an empty, unused room. Without glancing around nervously, as if I'd just got into something I'd forgotten. I'm going to get... Oh. I actually went into the entrance. The teacher was busy with paperwork in the teacher's lounge. I didn't see her in the hallway, naturally, yet quickly as a shadow I entered the classroom. The other room was full of a strange, stagnant air that you couldn't feel normally. An empty classroom with nobody here. Maybe while nobody was around, the desks creep out of their own accord, licking the floors clean of dirt. I suddenly stepped into a place like that, with the desks and the surprise flying me, crush my bones and eat me alive. It's ridiculous. Have I regret wasting valuable thinking time on stupid delusions? Students' logs were lined up in the back of the classroom. The one I was looking for wasn't my own. It was a forbidden locker, one I had accidentally discovered one day. Here it is. This has to be it. Oh god, this is just getting worse and worse. Right, he cannot tell Satoko about this. No way. If Satoko even realizes that, like, what he's used for this, what the means are for this, then yeah, I have a feeling all the intention he's actually trying to do from this deed will be just sort of reversed. Really, here is order. This has to be it. If one person had one locker, then why would Satoko have two? Oh no, he doesn't know. I made a fuss about it once. After that, I learned it was Satoshi's locker, and he had the same last name as her. Oh, so he does know. But of course, even though it was the locker for a student no longer here, looking inside it was still a shameless act. But one time I let my curiosity get the better of me and took a peek inside. Inside it was average and worthless, but at the time I hadn't been interested, so until now I've forgotten what had been in it. But now that I had, dare I say it, awakened, I remembered the thing that had been in there. Scrape. I opened the locker and a stench of mould and sweat wafted out like a gym storehouse that hadn't been cleaned in weeks. My face buggered up that stench, but I looked for it. Yes, Satoshi was on the coach's baseball team. Inside the locker was a Hinamizawa fighter's uniform, and it, the one Satoshi used, the metal bat. Yes, this is the one reason I wanted to choose this bat. This matter would be carried out by me, but wasn't originally to my role. It was Satoshi's. But I would stand in for him and call myself Satoshi. No, you can't. Oh, it was one of the rules for standing in for him. I reached for the metal bat and grasped it firmly. It was light, and yet its tip had enough heft in it, enough to easily imagine if I brought it down with all my might. Satoshi, I'll give you one last chance to save your sister. Lend me your strength. You're a coward, but I will stand in for you. God, he is so cold. So if you still care even a little bit about her, you will lend me your strength. I mean, he's completely under the illusion that, like, Satoshi has completely just left her even. But you don't know, maybe Satoshi was, like, demoned away, cursed away. You really can't tell. There is no more suitable weapon in the world for putting that man to death than your bat. Now I just needed to figure out where to hide it tomorrow. Before the act, I would just stop by the school and grab it, because I couldn't ignore the possibility somebody would see me bringing it home and think it was strange. But if I left it here, there wouldn't be a problem. Plus, tomorrow was Sunday. Not only that, it was the day of the biggest festival in the whole village. Nobody would be coming to school. I left out the entrance and went over to a construction vehicle parked nearby. We'd been warned by our teacher not to touch it just for laughs, so none of the kids would come near the vehicle either. They wouldn't, because if she found out they touched it, they'd be in huge trouble. I quietly hid it in the shadow of the vehicle. Oh, that's genius. Yeah. The one place nobody's gonna look. Yeah, nice one. Why am I saying nice one? Well, I mean, nice thought and everything, but, like, the means are horrible. I should not be saying that. The chances of somebody overrating the vehicle tomorrow were slim to none, because tomorrow was Sunday. Government workers had the day off. Oh, and from my classmates had said the thing had been left here for years now. Machines that haven't been moved in years, you can't just suddenly start them up again. So I was almost definitely fine in this case. Sunlight was piercing and hot. My head grew faint for a moment. Had the heat been this harsh for the entire day? A moment of dull thoughts like this was a moment of carelessness. Oh God, he really isn't resting, is he? I gave myself a couple hits in the head and then looked around warily. Okay, next. How to dispose of the corpse. Oh God. Right, this is going to be interesting, seeing what Maebara-san thinks. Disposing of the corpse. The ultimate way not to create a beginning was to not let the corpse be found. It was even more important than killing him, I suppose. I think it's equal how important it is, really. Thinking of evading, the first thing that came to mind was the swamp. No, you're going to get divers that are potentially wanting to root that place out from their inquiries because they've heard stuff about it in the past. So they are going to find the remains if they do that. I think there's a chance. It's kind of likely. Thinking on it vaguely, the first thing that came to mind was the swamp. Higurashi, the dreadless bottomless swim. The dreadful bottomless swamp bird. Even now, though. Even now. Even now that appeared in the legends of Higurashi village. Yes. The swamp called Higurashi was here first, and the village took its name to become Higurashi village. In other words, the swamp was the origin of Higurashi village. No one, no matter who it was, would float back to the surface of this bottomless swamp. Everybody would be swallowed down into the land of the demons below the earth. Oh god, you can't really believe that, can you? That was how the stories went. Oh, okay, good. If I was trying to copy my Yasuda-sama's curse, then I felt that the theory demanded I discarded the remains and the weapon into the swamp. Yeah, the weapon. Yeah, he has to dispose of that. That's actually really smart now that you think about it, because you could put it anywhere in the swamp. Just make the diver's life as hell as possible. But they might have said it's bottomless, but I didn't actually know. When trying out. So 100% you know. And people say large creatures like humans provide lots of gas when they rot, granting a lot of buoyancy. Yeah, I suppose. That's why using fairly heavy objects to hold people down didn't work. The thing about this as well, human bodies don't decay in water, don't they? No, because if he's gonna sink, then there's gonna be less oxygen the further you go down the sea, and that's gonna mean like decomposers, they have less actual room to sort of do what they do. And secondly, which decomposers are they actually gonna be? I mean, it's under the water. You don't have like any sort of detritivores, no sort of insects whatsoever down there, wouldn't you? I mean, fish wouldn't eat humans or metal. Fuck no. So it is kind of flawed, and it will never go away as well. I mean, if it's discovered in his later life and then traced back to him, then yeah, that would be really bad. Come to think of it, with the curse this year before last, Nikotan's mother drowned herself in the swamp, and the criminal behind the dismemberment went missing the year of the first curse too. It was rumoured he tried to discard the body in the swamp or accidentally drowned in it. I had never heard of the corpse coming back up and then finding it. Then shouldn't I choose to discard the corpse here too? No! I could discard the weapon there. Yeah, do the weapon, but not the actual corpse itself. And then for the example, if our uncle came out on a motorcycle and attacked it, would be convenient to get rid of the bike too. I suppose. And you use Satoko uncle generally use the motorcycle for transportation, but as for, of course, use a motorcycle. Like, bro, I swear, anybody with a motorcycle these days are just like horrible, I find. I hate anybody that, most of the time, like, the people I know that use a motorcycle are just really bad. But as for the corpse, after a lot of worrying, I decided not to discard the corpse in the swamp. Yeah, that is smart. The drowning, suicide and accident were both rumours. Nobody knew if they actually happened. There were no lack of false rumours about drowning, suicide anyway, and it was possible the murderer hadn't drowned there and was still on the run. That meant nobody no one had ever confirmed the corpse being dropped in there and them not coming back up. Then what would I do with the body? I thought it might be interesting to go with the first incident and cut him to pieces and hide him, but the preparation of whatever dismembering a human body would be difficult given the amount of time I had. I mean, I get that he's not really thinking about the ethics because of the horror this man has caused to Satoko, but like still, wouldn't dismembering somebody be like a little bit bad, you know? With that out of the question, I arrived at the conclusion to go with the more orthodox way of burying the body. Then where would I bury it was a question related to where I would kill him. Of course, I wanted to keep my time in proximity to the body at a minimum. With that in mind, I would want to dig the hole to dump the body in beforehand and to make the location of the act and the hole close together. Yeah, you'd have to, but the thing is, like, digging a hole that's noisy, that's attention seeking. You could get somebody that'd get you witnessed. There's always a way to plan the crime that I needed to be absolutely careful and thorough with. It had to be somewhere nobody would actually witness it, and a place with hiding places for a sneak attack. I could dig a hole in the body right here. I go over the possibilities in my head of the various destinations. Her uncle would head from Satoko's, to from Satoko's house. I imagined a map of the area in my head, then I found a place that fulfilled those conditions so easy it was almost unbelievable. Oh, a bit of a background that went through the woods. I didn't think a uncle would go down deeper into the mountains of Higurashi on a whim. If he was going somewhere, he passed through these woods first. And nobody used this back way unless they had something to do with Satoko's house or one or two other places. This path was fantastically ideal, as few people used it. I'll wait for him in these woods when an ambush will actually be possible. So why is he going to the woods again? Oh, interesting. Would an ambush actually be possible? I went into the trees and tried really hiding myself in a few places. It was extremely quiet, and my senses could be sharpened here to their maximum amount. I didn't know where he'd come, but I'd wait right here for Satoko's uncle. I actually had trouble coming to that decision. The question arose of whether I should somehow call the man out. Was there a risk I'd be taking by luring him in? The man made Satoko do all the shopping and errands. He seldom left his own business. He wouldn't leave unless I worked out a plan to force him to, would he? That was the question. But how do you force him to leave? Tomorrow was the Tatarigoroshi festival. Would he go out for the festival or would he stay inside? True, that is a good point, but he'd stay inside, knowing him. If he stayed inside, how would I drag him out of his house? That's right. Wouldn't he make Satoko go to the festival? Satoko would go to the festival. Meanwhile, I would call the man. Oh, that's smart. This is all from our police station. We have the young lady from your house. Could you come up and pick her immediately? It didn't even have to be the police. This is the clinic. The young lady from your house had been injured. Like, this is a shit idea. The phone call's gonna be traced. That's a terrible idea. I mean, you could somehow get, like, you know, drug runners, for example. They have disposable phones that are untraceable to the police. But, like, this is just a murder planned out of desperation. It's not actually... I mean, I get that he's planning to be perfect, but an actual perfect crime. He'd need a phone that's untraceable. This is the clinic. The young lady from your house has been injured. Please come pick her up. Yes, that'll work too. But he doesn't care about her. Would he actually do that? If I claimed to the police or the hospital, told him to come and then hung up on him, he rushed there trying to figure out what was going on, wouldn't he? And then just the other day he was visited by a probation officer. He wouldn't suddenly grumble about having to get his niece and not go. It would look like a child neglect. A man who had no skills. The man had no skills used for around the house. Satoko, his slave, was an essential part of his daily life. Conclusion: if we went out at the festival, I would attack him here on his way there or back. If he didn't, I would lure him out by phone. If luring him out by phone was my first step, I needed to be sure Satoko would go to the festival, leaving the house. It would be convenient if I asked if I can make Mion take Satoko to the festival. She said her aunt was a district welfare officer. In other words, an allied to the probation officer. If I somehow incited Mion to take Satoko to the festival with her, well, being who she was, she'd use that fact and get her there. Satoko should just take a break and have fun at the festival with everyone. She should get a good time, reminisce on our former peaceful days, and when she went home, everything would be over. But I mean, Tatarigoroshi, it's such a big event in Yamazawa. Like, I don't know if he's actually planning of attending or not. But he needs to attend the festival because then his friends will question him. why he isn't, because of how big of a festival it is. Like, the normal Gaty would never miss something that big, you know? He'd need to, I think the best place to sneak out would probably be like not when Rika's dance has started, but when everyone's going to the dance, because they're going to just be focused on going to the dance. If you're sort of edgy enough, you know, hedge yourself around the crowd smartly, you could potentially be unseen, but I don't know. Just a lot of a good time reminiscing on our peaceful days, and once we went home, everything would be over. Yeah, that would be the best outcome. With that decided, I needed to dig a hole somewhere in the woods to hide the body so it wouldn't stand out, or it wouldn't be found. Someplace nobody would see me while I was completely exposed as I buried the corpse. I wanted it to be close to the scene of the crime, but it naturally grew farther and farther away. Oh, it looks very covered with trees, deep in the bottom of the Black Forest. The wizards of the Higurashi were the only signs here, informing me that people shouldn't be indiscreetly setting foot in this place. Digging a hole like that, digging a hole with so many tree roots crawling around the ground, may be far more difficult than I'd envisioned. I snuck a gardening spade out here in my bag, but that wouldn't be enough. Still, as I looked into various approaches, I managed to find a place I could dig into. Tomorrow I'll bring a real shovel from the store in my home. Why are you not digging now? That's a ridiculous... He should dig now, if you ask me. He should dig now and then fill the hole in with grass, because you can just rip grass from another place in the forest if it's not noticeable. No, but it'd have your prints on in theory. Oh, I don't know. It's really difficult. Well, I mean, if this is about that nobody walks around, then they're not just going to notice a massive hole, are they? But like, the thing is, if he does it on the day of the murder, then it could be a lot more likely some of the means could be found, you know. And secondly, if that hole is found, then like, how is he gonna? And firstly, what about like the decay of the corpse? And secondly, like, what was I gonna say? It's just going to be so much easier for him to be seen. Tomorrow I'll bring a real shovel from the store in my house. I'll manage with that. I wondered how big of a hole we would have to dig to fit a human all the way into it. Yeah, pretty fucking big one, but in theory, if it was all dismembered, it wouldn't have to be that big. Like maybe 50 centimeters at the very widest. Not widest, biggest. I'd probably have to dig pretty deep down. But if I was slipshod in those efforts, I'd let a beginning occur. Yeah. Exactly. Absolutely couldn't allow that. Use any amount of time you need to. I mustn't spare any effort to actually erase him. I glanced at my wristwatch. It was a little past 6. This was probably all I was going to get done here for today. I really wanted to dig the hole in advance tonight, even if it got dark out. But Mum would be really upset if I stayed out that late. It wouldn't be good to come off as suspicious to my parents. I'm coming out as a suspicious man. I needed to go back home and give me a call soon. I needed to get her to promise Satoko to take her by tonight. Yeah, I suppose after that today would be done. Done. Would it be done? Was this really everything I could do to prepare right now? I decided where to kill him. I decided how to kill him. I decided, of course, how to dispose of the body, but I didn't decide on a time. But I would play that by ear. He kind of has to. I didn't have a way to decide that. Was that really all right? Had I overlooked anything? Would this really go how I planned? He's overlooked Tatarigoroshi and having no alibi. That's the things he overlooked. After all this, worries started welling up one after another. It was only natural I'd be anxious. This would be the first and last big job of my lifetime. I could not allow failure, and I had no experience, although this is my first time. Well, that's good. It's not something you want to have experience in. Fucking hell. I didn't have the know-how, the knack, so it was only natural I'd be anxious. The dark clouds of unease told me doing nothing would be the easiest way. A truly pathetic suggestion this late in the game. Have you forgotten how miserable Satoko looked? From the outside it may have looked like I was resolute, but deep in my heart my knees were shaking loudly. Yeah, I don't blame him. I mean... yeah... I never actually won a single fight to my satisfaction. Could I really kill someone? Yes, you can. It's so sad that you can. You don't have to be strong to kill someone, you know. So, yeah. I'm thinking like... I've never actually won a single fight. Yeah. I may have been planning an ambush, but my enemy was large and far older than me. Yeah. That's actually very true, but... in theory, if with the bat he'd need to go for his head. If he went for this part of the head, then in theory that wouldn't be a threat. He had a scary face and he looked like he was well accustomed to fighting. Could I have all the pieces before and after the battle were pretty perfectly planned, but the actual murder, the most important part, would unsettle me the most. All my preparations, all of my perfectly concealed machinations, if I didn't successfully murder him, they amounted to nothing. God, look at the blood. It's just got more and more blood. Damn it. After coming this far, your pathetic mind about Higurashi, if you start to have these kind of second thoughts, your ulterior motive will be that obvious. Let's go home and calm your mind. Tomorrow will be a juncture in your life, the lights of which graduation, employment, marriage and childbirth couldn't hold a candle to. Yeah, because all of those things are good things. This is fucking... well, it's a bad thing for a good intention. But he seems that it's good because of how much of a shell of a human being this man is. So, I suppose. I do wonder what would happen if Satoko actually realised, like, what he was doing. But if he wants the perfect crime, then, like you said, no beginning. And that would be a really fucking big beginning, because he'd tell all of his friends, all of Geichi's friends, and then, yeah. A day of murder to kill someone for somebody else's sake. Imagine if that said sake, like the alcohol. that'd be even more sad. With that day behind us, we would take it back again. Those mind spring-like days where we never thought about it, we never thought it would stop. Oh, no safe, peaceful fun times. I would on my bicycle hard to get back home. I felt somehow unsteady, like my body and soul weren't in alignment. I saw a tall shift between where the tips of my hands were and feet really were, and where I felt them to be. My vision was a little distant and narrow, as if the great barrier or the rest of my future life had nothing to do with me. An unreal sensation, how can I put it? Everything was so far away. Fine, here we are, and he's bent me at you, Casey, my brother. If that will turn your timidity into meticulousness and allow you to act with greater caution, then it's actually an important emotion to feel. This feeling I had never went away that night. Yeah, it wouldn't. It's not really something you can sort of redirect your mind to and forget about, you know. Sort of a burden you have to have the balls to endure. It was the first time I'd be called in the old house. I searched for her in the phone book the school gave me and then dialed a short phone number, the kind unique to remote places. Right, it was around dinner time, she would probably be home. But just as I started to think nobody would respond, somebody finally picked up the receiver. Hello, this is Sawazaki. Hello. Oh, I'm sorry for calling so long late at night, but is this Mio? Who's calling? It's me, Katie. How does he not know? Does he actually not recognise the sound of his own friend's voice? What the fuck? Okay, it's pretty late. What's up? She seemed to be in a weirdly good mood and she drew her syllables out. Right, it's the night before tomorrow's festival, so she's probably with her family having some drinks. Sorry for the late call. Do you have time right now? Sure, what is it? It's about Satoko. I heard her drawing a small breath at the other end. Satoko, she's in a pretty bad spot. Yeah, I mean, she's in the worst spot she's actually been in at this point. It's true. I hope she's okay. The scent of the sake had completely... oh my god. The sense of sake had completely disappeared from her voice. She can't be okay. You saw too, didn't you? Yeah. What was she like? She's really one of the reviews. We failed her all this time, and now she's become like no. We didn't fail her. Everybody tried their hardest to help her, but we didn't come up with anything, and we couldn't save her. You know, I think since he's passionate about like Satoko's future, it's going to be really hard for him not to mention like what he's going to do. And yeah, we couldn't do anything without it, and now she's become like, oh, I guess you're right. All I did was watch after all. So well, at least couldn't we at least let her have fun for one night? I'll let her have fun. She's been so bad lately, you'll understand. That's why I want you to take her to the Tatarigoroshi festival tomorrow. I don't mind, but why? Why? I want to give her a breather right now. At least for the festival night, you know? Even if it's just one night, if she can get away from her real uncle, then I think she'll be happy, and even if it's only for a little while. I mean, the interesting thing about this, he is using this so the murder can be a lot easier, but he's also using this as a genuine, like, sort of extract from the heart, really. I mean, he does genuinely think that, like, she should just get out from that dickhead. Yes, but why? Why? I was having a little difficulty understanding what Mia was asking me. Well, why? I mean, why don't you bring the kids on? Why do you ask me to? Oh, fuck. That's a bad turn. Mule was persistent about odd things. No, maybe it'd be better to say that she was shocked. I actually have something to do tomorrow. I can't make it to the festival. So I wanted, use this. Satoko left me something to do. It's nothing major. I'll probably finish quickly, but I might not be able to meet you. I'll review it tomorrow. Oh, hey Mule, if I leave Satoko to you just for tomorrow night? Mule took a long time to give a reply. I got the feeling that Mule had been acting weird for a while now, like she was flustered by her emotions or something.
Yeah.
No. What? Oh god. This is not going very well. But yeah. How was that a song? Mule? Are you crying? I said no, I don't want to. I don't want you to push this into something on me. Oh shit. I'm not trying to push anything onto you, it's just for tomorrow night. That was a lie. What? No, what was he talking about? Saying it's just for the night of the Tatarigoroshi and then it was forever. I guess we're even, right? I couldn't even give the promise I made it for you. I left her alone all this time. I had no idea what to say to that. Myung was clearly now talking to someone other than me. I didn't know who. All I could do was listen to her in a daze. You never came back after that, and now you've called me again to push her onto me. Yeah. You're so unfair. And you're Satoshi, aren't you? Weird turn of events there. Myung, what are you talking about? Yeah. When I said her name, whatever spell was on Myung when she was released. Oh, sorry. There's nothing, it's just that I got a phone call that like the one you're making now a long time ago. That's really interesting. It's very interesting how in a lot of these stories like Satoshi and Katie are really alike. Like in Onikakushi Hen and this as well. God. That's really odd. Was it from Satoshi? Myung didn't answer. All I could hear was sobs coming from the receiver. Sorry, I think I'm still a little tipsy. This is, I mean, I know we couldn't have ever anticipated this, but this is such a big flaw in his plan. Shit. Oh god. The second she finds out that Depe has been murdered, then she's gonna know who it is basically, because she knew what happened with Satoshi. Sorry, I think I'm still a little tipsy. I got all really emotional here. Sorry, I probably scared you. I had no idea how it happened, but I was pretty sure that last year on this very day, Satoshi had called Myo and told her to bring Satoko to the festival, and when she asked why she needed her to do it, he replied the same way as I just did. Satoshi didn't go to the festival, did he? Yeah, he said he asked something to do, couldn't make it, and he told me to take Satoko there in his place. At the same time, Satoshi said it too, didn't he? That he'd leave Satoko to you. Yeah, he did, just for tomorrow night. The way you said it was just like how we did. God, that's really interesting. So they've had the same intentions. Of course. I just got a little upset caught up in the memory and all. I didn't expect this. Satoshi had given her exactly the same phone call 1 year ago today. After that, Myung had said more. That he was lying. That he told her it would only be for the night of the festival. I get it. A few days later, Satoshi disappeared. Disappeared might have been a viable way to put it. Whether he ran away or not, Satoshi left abandoning Satoko. Yes, he didn't transfer or run away from her, he disappeared. Yeah. then an idea of him far more indistinct than even thought crossed my mind. Satoshi made exactly the same phone call as me last year. Why would Satoshi make the exact same phone call? If in the truest sense he would have made the exact same phone call as I am right now, then the incident where his arm was beaten to death, could it? Was Satoshi? What was that? Oh God. Last year, Satoko had been completely abused by her uncle's wife. There were two who abused her the most, and on that night in the name of Oyasaba-sama's curse, she was taken from this world. If I thought about that, everything made perfect sense, didn't it? Last year, Satoko's arm was beaten to death. Would it be impossible for Satoshi to have? Maybe that would mean. But that would mean Satoshi, who was a coward who ran from Satoko and ran away, wasn't he? How could Satoshi resolve himself to kill a person to save Satoko? It was unthinkable. Actually, I considered that as well. There would be mean to Satoshi if he does say so. He disappeared on Satoko's birthday. When I first heard it, I flew into a rage. What a cruel day to have run away on. Maybe that could have been, I don't know, maybe that could have been like, I mean, if you're really thinking it in a curse-related way, then maybe that could have been his punishment, you know? Like, he did bad to the village, he killed somebody. I mean, it was for good intent, but, like, it was still murder, so maybe that could have been, I don't know, something like a punishment. And that's why it's on her birthday, because the motive was having her safe. When I first heard it, I flew into a rage. What a cruel day to have run away on. But now that I thought about it like this, the story changed completely. Satoshi had probably been even less calm than I was now. He was her big brother, related by blood, watching his sister be abused day in and day out. Maybe that's why he couldn't keep calm. And that was why the cause of their beaten to death was so easily discovered. Oh, Satoshi loved himself in anger and couldn't have hidden the corpse. He permitted the beginning to occur. If the police conducted a full-blown investigation, it would be easy to find. Imagine that they wouldn't take down to pin Satoshi down as the culprit. Satoshi, he must have returned for the piece of days with Satoko, he thought. And though he achieved it for a time, he had been steadily driven into a corner. And then he wanted to at least hold out until Satoko's birthday, but finally, they nailed him. At that time, Satoshi had been carrying the savings he'd amassed to buy Satoko a giant stuffed animal for a birthday present. He'll buy the stuffed animal as a gift and then get caught. That could explain it, or he could just use the money and disappear. That would be the choice he had been forced to make, and he decided not to make Satoko the sister of a murderer. That is I mean, that's the case. That's the thing, he doesn't even know it. It is a very good theory, though. You can't lie. If that was the case, then I must have been an unspeakably bitter decision. All the money he's able to see Satoko happy, he must use it to make her sad. And he used the savings and disappeared to Tokyo, if the rumours were true. What would he do there, though? I mean, was that how Satoshi disappeared? But like, what would he actually do with going into Tokyo? I mean, he wouldn't have a fixed address. He wouldn't have enough money. There's no, because I'm sure if you ask the police, like if he actually had continued with his life, there'd be financial records, you know, records of new houses, new jobs. How would he even get a job? What would he do? He can't live on his own in a city before being like over an adult, really. I don't know, that Oishi guy seems to think that way though. No, I don't know. I think the whole Demon Awake theory is actually a lot more likely for this. But I don't know, maybe he just, you know, because a murder could lead to just the experience of having done a crime, so probably could have done maybe like more crimes and just made a living like that, who knows. Oishi. Had he been so really different to work on about that and proposes man's pig-headed pursuits. His evidence is all there, but I think your deduction is wrong. They caught some low-life somewhere in the briefcase and he apparently turned himself in for the crime. No, I think Casey's right. But, yeah. That was right, Deviant had confessed and the incident was solved. Oh, yeah. Oh, you completely forget about that, don't you? Because I completely forgot the person actually confessed. That's weird. That is very weird. It's just a coincidence then. Wow. He said he really was just a crazy person and had no ties with Nozawa. And no relationship with Satoshi, of course. I mean, I have a pretty hard time believing the guy that would lie in Satoshi's place. You can just arbitrarily decide like that. You never know where or how humans are tied together. If that guy took the blame, it was the perfect crime. Of course, if it was a really perfect crime, there would have been no reason for Satoshi to vanish. Plus, I don't think Satoshi had the kind of money to run away that they usually always say this. No matter who I tell this to, nobody believes me, but that stuff that he said he was buying for Satoko, it was gold from his soul? What? I think he might have bought it then. But what happened when he's coming back? It must have been Satoshi. Wait a moment. If he didn't use the money to flame bought the stuff that instead, he would have gone back to Satoko, wouldn't he? It seems unbelievable he'd buy it and then disappear without having given it to it. But I couldn't agree more. Yeah, so now I don't know what happened. It would be one thing if he had the money, but if he used all his savings on it, he'd be totally rogue. Yeah, for real. You can't live life on the run without money in this world. No. I didn't get it. After all that, I was just understanding Satoshi less and less until I fell silent. I couldn't remember how we even got on to this topic. Oh, sorry, I don't think we got on this topic. Satoko, right? I actually already invited her. Oh, good. Huh? You serious? Whenever one went to the shrine to prepare the festival, we talked about getting Satoko to the festival itself. So I used the phone every year, somebody spoke to the invite her. Her uncle was acting distant and didn't seem to care at all, but in any case, we got the okay from him. Oh, that's good. We decided to all meet up and go together tomorrow. You okay with that? Satoshi? Stupid no Satoshi. I was a little relieved. I hadn't needed to make the phone call. Satoko had already been invited to the festival, and not in a way that smelled of blood, a way to leave her uncle alone to create the time for me to kill him. I purely wanted Satoko to enjoy herself, so I invited her. In the end it was the same, but I was happy for that slight difference. But the only thing is about, the whole there's no beginning thing. When Satoko's life changes because there's going to be no uncle, isn't she going to speculate it just a little bit, I mean, it could be one of those things that she'd be so grateful for that she maybe, in theory, she'd be so grateful for that she wouldn't even question it. But you kind of have to. Because if somebody from your household's life is taken, then you're at risk as well. I suppose. Could be a way of thinking. In the end, it was the same, but I was happy for that slight difference. Yeah, it's just odd, this. It really is. It's just so weird that somebody else... It's so weird, the whole Satoshi thing. I do really wonder what happened. Sorry, I guess I didn't need to call them. First yesterday, now today. Sorry for saying such weird things. Just forget about it. No, I'm always apologise. Listen, that isn't me. Like me. I'm really sorry. We apologise to each other for a little bit. Alright, I'll be going now. Good night. What did you have to do? Oh shit. As if interrupting our parting words, Mignon snuck straight where it hurt. Or is it like with other scenes where you can't say? What sense does that make? Why can he not say? But you didn't. This is so weird. You can't say anything. You didn't kill him. Stupid. I keep on telling you I'm not Satoshi. Yeah, I know that. I deflated there with a response. There wasn't really an answer. Mignon didn't harm me anymore after that. Alright, this time for real. Good night. I don't know why you're giving me the same phone call as Satoshi Queen did, but yeah, never mind. I'm sorry. Good night. I'm hanging up. Click. So I say, yeah. Who are you? I scorned you as a coward who ran away, abandoning his sister. I always thought you didn't have the right to call yourself a Nini, but now I don't know what to think. Bro, for real? Oyasuno's almost curse on the 4th year, their aunt's death and Satoshi's disappearance, and now me trying to carry out Oyasuno's almost curse on the 5th. Oddly enough, what I was going to do overlapped perfectly with Satoshi the day before the curse. No, that wasn't all. If we start back from Satoko being abused, then I've been overlapping myself to see for days already. Yeah, suppose, but he hasn't really been in the same household as her, you know. When I talked to Mion before, she asked me if I was Satoshi, and it was probably the first impression for a therapist party like Mion got, and then it was probably true. Then Satoshi had accomplished our succeeding in the man, but that was the extent of a true overlap. I was far calmer than Satoshi and far more calculating. I could actually grow calmer the more enthusiastic I became. That's why I wouldn't follow in Satoshi's footsteps. I would snap him cleanly out of the world, then get our peaceful life back. Maybe Satoshi had been with me ever since I chose to use Satoshi's bat as my weapon. No, maybe even longer than that. Maybe. Then, when I decided to be IBID, maybe Satoshi had been residing with me then too. Satoshi, were you really a coward? Or are you truly even now the kind worthy of Satoko's love? I never met him, never spoken to him, didn't even know his face, and yet I felt so connected to him. I never felt that way before. Oh, I was literally thinking the words are "don't end, please." Oh my god. But that was so fucking good. I probably should go to bed now. Right, how many hours have I got of sleep? I've got... I really want to read more. I don't want to read until the murder. I'll do that tomorrow, I think. I'll just see if I can get like a rough summary from what's happening with the first Sunday. No, I think I'll leave it there. I think this is a really good time to stop, and we will begin tomorrow. My god, that was so fucking brilliant, that story, man. That was genuinely one of the most interesting reads I think I've ever done in this whole series entirely. That really was cool. I really enjoyed that. Oh god, it's just so sad. I mean, when you sort of get consumed in the whole interest of the situation, you sort of forget how fucking sad it is. And like, I think it's all of it sad really. Like, why he's doing the murder, what the causes and shit this man's caused are, and why. And I don't know, just sort of like what's gonna happen really. And my god, Satoko's abuse. So that aspect is so sad. I mean, I really hope that this can solve it, but I just have a feeling it's not going to. It's either gonna really work or it's not gonna work at all. No, it's either gonna work or the friends are gonna discover about it, and then that's just gonna make shit hit the fan, or they're gonna accept it and as a result maybe going to just accept it. Who knows? Oh, I really hope it's going to be interesting. I mean, yeah, I can't wait to read this tomorrow. I think what I'm going to do, since I've actually had a lot more sleep, I've already had 2 hours. No, I haven't had 2 hours actually. Well, 1 hour and a half actually. Got the times all mixed up. But yeah, I think what I'm going to do tomorrow is, I'll just do more of this. Hopefully we can get to the end of Sunday, see what actually happens, see the murder. I shouldn't be, I know, but like, it is going to be very exciting to see like what actually happens, how it goes as well, because it could go very wrong. Like, what if Depe actually killed him in self-defense? Because it could be possible, and then his true intentions be leaked. That would be very interesting, but I kind of doubt that's going to happen. And god, I wonder what we're going to learn about Satoshi tomorrow. I mean, probably could learn quite a lot, in theory. Oh, I don't know. God, I love this fucking game. Right, I'm going to go to bed so I actually get sleep tonight. See you guys.